So I am traveling again. So this vlog on my favorite love bomber, which I am gonna title My Latin Lover, is in a hotel. But it shouldn't be that long. It should be very brief. So no edits again, super short and sweet, kind of like our situationship. And so I had met him in the summer. He came from Chicago. He was born in Mexico. He had a lot of gang affiliations. And so he was a bad boy. He was dangerous, which also, not gonna lie, kind of intrigued me a little bit. I kind of like the fact knowing that he might be able to kill me with his bare hands. So yeah, that's me. But what's crazy, it was like I loved that fact of knowing that, but I also loved how when he was with me, he was a completely different person. Like he was super sweet, sensual, passionate, a lover boy, and he's literally the perfect man when it came to that aspect on what I wanted, on how I wanted to be treated. But it came off as love bombing because we didn't really know each other. We couldn't even really communicate. He didn't speak good English. So literally all of our conversations were through Google Translate. And sometimes that always doesn't interpret correctly. And so when we would hook up, obviously it was very passionate, it was sensual, it was intimate, it was amazing. And so I would always tell him that our bodies and our eyes speak in ways that our mouths never could, which means like we didn't really need to talk. Like we communicated through our love making. I know how cheesy that sounds, but it was real. And I can blame myself. I will blame myself. I did fucked up. I didn't follow the whole Bible. I did not follow my own rules. I let him stay the night. I cuddled with him. We had intimate moments together. And I think the biggest intimate moment was when he did stay the night and we started bonding over music, showing each other our favorite songs and artists and like dancing and singing. And when you vibe like that, like obviously it's gonna get a little more heavy, right? You're gonna feel all these things. And I did, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel like maybe I might be falling for this man, but I will never admit that, and I would never tell him. And whenever he tried to tell me he loved me, I would tell him not to tell me that because he doesn't know me on that kind of level to be able to love me. And I told him he's not the kind of person that I would ever have a relationship with. And so I try to set the boundaries. I try to make it very clear, but then my body and my actions and everything else kind of spoke otherwise, right? And so he would tell me that I don't need to tell him that I love him because I told him I loved him through my eyes and the way that I looked at him. And he'd send me that Scarface meme where it's like, the eyes, Chico, they never lie. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, okay, yeah, I will admit you got me fucked up. And that's what I'll say. I'll never say I love you, but if I, have some strong feelings for somebody, I'll just say you got me fucked up. And the reason why I could never tell him I love him, but the reason why I would never be in a relationship with him is because of his past. It's such a very dangerous past. Like I don't feel like I would ever truly be safe. And just the fact of knowing that he has those kind of connects also scares me, that if something went bad, he has the capability to murder me easily and get away with it. And so that scared me. And then he did have multiple baby moms from multiple women in multiple places, and yeah, he took care of all of them, but I'm like, that's a red flag. Like, why didn't it work with everybody else? Like, if you're so great and you're so perfect and you're this perfect lover boy, like, why aren't you with any of the people? And he gave me all his excuses, gave me all his reasons. And I'm sorry guys, I do not trust a man that has more than 2 baby mamas. I just don't, and I never will. To me, that's a red flag. To me, there's a reason, right? And also, not only that, like, I'm so petty and shallow that he was a little too skinny for me. I like a big old beefy man with big old broad shoulders that I feel safe in. Like, I feel like you can kick somebody's ass if need be. And obviously I know this man could literally kill somebody for me, but I want, like, you know, the big burliness. I'm a big girl, so I want to feel a little small sometimes. And then he did have smoker teeth. I do love pearly whites, and obviously that could be fixed too, you know, get his shit whitened, get some veneers, whatever. But it's the too many baby mamas for me. That's the main one, and not being able to communicate fully by not speaking English together. But the way he loved on me, the way why he was my favorite is because literally every single time I seen him, every single time he came over, he always came bearing gifts. And so the first time he got me some bottles of tequila because he knows I like tequila. The second time he got me some roses and chocolate. And then the roses and chocolate never really stopped. Like, I would get it almost every time I seen him, and the roses would get in bigger bunches and bigger bulks and by the dozen, you know? And then he got me a diamond necklace, and he said it was a heart necklace. And so he was like, a corazon for my corazon. And I'm like, fuck. And then he brought me a breakfast burrito. And I was like, what are you trying to do? Make me fall in love with you? And he's like, isn't it obvious? And I'm like, fuck. So unfortunately, he did get into some legal trouble, and so he did get deported, and so we are apart. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I really, really fucking miss him. Like, I miss our bond, miss our intimacy, I miss being spoiled, I miss the gifts. And if I can, like, have that forever and not, like, have a committed relationship with him, I would be perfectly fine with that. But that's just not somebody I imagine having a future with. So the struggle is real, but who knows if we'll ever have to be able to enjoy each other again. And I will tell you, I am in love with idea love. I am in love with the feeling of the new, the giddiness, the butterflies, the passionate moments, the intimacy, the sensuality, all that shit. I'm a sucker for it. So that was my favorite love bomber. And maybe, hopefully, we might meet again.